Hi, I'm Robbie Bullough with the new running back coach, Dr. Mark Atuaia. We got two doctors on the offensive coaching staff. It's going to make it really hard to apply for jobs if that's the trend that's going here.
No, you know, it's doctor, but with a skill set that deals with football, and I'm grateful for this opportunity, and I'm going to take it as far as I can go. It's a passion of mine, being able to work with these young men and to steer them in the right direction, both on the field and off. So I'm grateful that Bronco has given me this opportunity.
You're one of 4 new coaches on the offensive staff, but you're unique in that you were already here with BYU for the last couple of years. What were you doing before becoming running backs coach?
Well, I worked on campus with Vernon Hepry. He's the dean of students, and I was his assistant, and so I did a lot of things up there with him. And then it so happened that I was needed down here at the athletic department, so Tom Homo came and hired me, and I came down here, and I was here when Bronco came a-calling, and so, yeah, I haven't left BYU. I've been here, and I'm grateful for the experiences that I've had, because I think they've prepared me well to be here and to coach these running backs and to help with that demographic.
So the head coach stole you from his boss. You went from the AD's staff to now the football head coach's staff.
Yeah, I don't know what conversation they had, but Tom gave me his blessing, and again, I'm very grateful that Bronco saw something in me that was needed with the team, and I'm going to ensure that I live up to that expectation, and making sure these young men do what we ask them to do, and both on and off the field, and they're great young men. I've been working with them now for almost 2 months, and there's not a day that goes by where I'm not grateful for this chance to be with them. They keep me on my toes and working and trying my best to get the best out of them the same way they're getting the best out of me. And I think it's going to be a formula for success.
I'm sure there was a second-round draft pick, some minor leaguers involved in that trade with Tom Homo and Bronco Mendenhall to get you here. You were familiar with the running backs that you have because you've been with the program, you followed them last year. What have you been able to learn now that you've been even more intimately involved with them for the last 2 months?
Well, quite frankly, my job, you know, I'm sort of the glory guy. I mean, I would show up on game day and work with alumni and with others. So I was never there on a day-to-day basis watching implementation, watching installation, and you know, their skill set. I really didn't know. I didn't have a clue, only what I saw on game day. And so coming here and being with them every day and seeing you know, how they really are on an everyday basis, and trying to get them to perfect their craft, and to do, again, what Coach and I would have them do, and in that right way, I think it has been a good deal, and I've learned a lot about them in that process. But again, we're just going to try our best to do and execute what the game plan is, and do what Coach and I wants us to do, and follow Bronco's mantra, and that's where we're going to go from there.
What is your coaching style like? I know Coach DuPay last year, he was a very energetic guy, and we see Guy Holliday with the wide receivers now, and he's kind of taken that role. What is your coaching style like?
Well, I think my coaching style depicts me. I'm genuine. What you see is what you get. And quite frankly, I'm just going to try to do whatever it takes to get the running backs to do what we need them to do. Whether it's motivating, whether it's mentoring, whether it's teaching, whatever it is, whether it's yelling like a psychomaniac. If I have to do that, I'll do it. I'm going to do whatever it takes to get them to do what we need them to do in order to get the best product on the field and ultimately to win. And so having said that, I'm just grateful, again, for this opportunity, and they're going to get the best of me.
You were a running back in the 90s for BYU on the 14-1 team that finished 5th in the country and won the Cotton Bowl. What kind of a running back were you in your playing days?
And I don't know, I just did my best, and you know, we had a very talented core at that time. You know, I played with Ronnie Jenkins, Brian McKenzie, and Dustin Johnson, and so it was the 4 of us by committee, and a lot of things we did was geared towards our strengths. And so, and a lot of times, you know, I came in crucial opportunities to ensure that we were doing and executing the way that that the coaching staff at that point wanted us to do, and that mainly was my role in a lot of crucial situations, and we were in a lot of them during that year. Those are the times you'll see me the most, when things were going, you know, I guess when we first started off, you know, Ronnie and Brian and somewhat Dustin, you know, those are the guys that were doing it. So I was a team player, and I did whatever it took for our team to be in harmony. And I think that's one of the aspects that I do bring for this group now, because we do have a core of running backs that are very talented, and there are a lot of them in that room that you know, could start at other places. And so, again, working with those intricacies and nuances, I've got to do that. I've got to manage that room, and being that I've been through that from a freshman all the way to a senior, helps me to better care for these young men and ensuring that they're doing the best that they can and that we get the best product on the field.
You mentioned it, this group's similar to what you experienced in 1996. So a guy like Mike Alisa, before he got hurt, was the signature back last year, and then the 17-year-old freshman Jamal Williams takes over. How can you best utilize both of those guys who like to be that, you know, 20, 25 carry a game guy?
Well, again, they're going to do what we ask them to do, and whatever's best for the team is what's going to transpire. And so we're going to ensure that they know what's asked of them, and whether they want us to do that or not. You know, we're going to do what we need to do. And I think right now our running back core, they're all in the sense that they're bought into what we need them to do. Whoever it is, whether it's you know, the two you mentioned, or Adam Hine, Paul Lasike, you know, Yona Pritchard, AJ Moore, and one more, Nate Carter. Okay, so you got to be impressed with that. I did that pretty good.
That was pretty good after 2 months. Yeah, you got that.
7 of them kind of like my kids. So that's how I'm going to remember them. You know, and just ensuring that we get the best product on the field, and ensuring that they do the very best that they can do. That's my job, and that's what I'm being asked to do, and I will do that to the best of my ability.
BYU for a long time has been known as quarterback U, and even that 96 year, Steve Sarkisian was a great quarterback, great receivers. How do you make running backs be a big part of this offense at a school that traditionally loves to throw the football? Well,
you know, I don't know if that's totally accurate, in the sense that we've had a lot of great running backs that have come through. You know, again, the quarterbacks at this university get a lot of the pub, but I think we've had a great group of running backs through the years. And again, this core is going to ensure that we keep that tradition up, and we're going to try our best to live up to the expectations of not only the tradition that exists here, but building towards the future. And we're going to play in a way that would want the warrant, I should say, the attention of other recruits to say, hey, I really would like to come to BYU and play that style of offense, and for that coach, and do those things that they do. And again, that's a part of what we're all about and what we're trying to do. So, yeah.
What do you want the BYU running backs to be known for, ultimately? Here in your first year coaching the running backs, what do you want them to be known for?
Well, I'm going to piggyback off of something that Coach Atuaia has always taught, and something that he emphasizes as a coach and as an offensive coordinator. We're gonna secure the ball, and we're going to block. Now, those are two things that, especially when kids come from high school and other places, they're usually the featured back. But in this offense and under this administration, we're going to ensure that they block. And if they don't want to block, then they'll be standing next to me on the side. And if they don't secure the ball, again, they'll be standing next to me on the side. Those are imperative. Those are vital components that need to be met. And if they're not met, then you're not going to get that opportunity to represent BYU. And that's how we're going to move towards the future. And we're going to, again, stick to that mantra.
All right, thanks, Mark. We hope you're very lonely on the sideline, that you don't have anybody standing next to you because they haven't blocked and they haven't secured the football.
Absolutely.
All right, thanks.
All right.